Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I have two rooks against a queen, and the goal is to see if you can win with the white pieces. So, the question you have to ask yourself, can black get away? Can they run away from all these checks? Do they get mated? Do they not? So, let's talk about the answer here, and let's go over some of the calculations and the variations. So, if you would like to pause the video, feel free to try to figure it out on your own. If not, I'm going to start sharing the answer. So you have a couple of checks here. You have rook f6, rook h6, and also rook c8. It's always good to look at these checks first. So let's go really quickly with the rook c8 check. This is not going to lead to anything because after king d7, if you go to check me again, I just take, and this is a draw. That's an exchange. I'm okay with that if I'm the black pieces. I'm just trying to survive. And there's not really anything else to do. You move your rook away. I'm just going to start checking you like crazy, and you're not going to be able to really do anything, right? Okay, and it'll be perpetual check. So c8 is not a good idea. What about f6 and h6? It seems like these are so similar. What's the difference between them? So if you go rook f6, the king can actually approach the rook. Any of these other moves don't work because they're a little too far away. Black approaches the rook, and after a check, it looks like we're about to mate the king, right? Look at all these squares being covered. Well, after king to e8, what do? I don't have a check with the f rook. So it turns out this is actually a draw. I'm pretty much forced to check this way, and the king just goes back and forth. If I want to try to threaten something like this, maybe like this kind of thing, that doesn't work. I don't have the time because I just get checked a lot. And I might end up losing the rook if I'm not careful. So, that doesn't work. So you think, okay, well, what's the difference between that and h6? It seems like the same idea. The king can still go to those squares. Well, let's see. Rook h6 check. Again, same idea. The king has to go to one of these three. Well, going to these two are not good because you're just going to get mated, in case that's not clear. Like this. That's going to be mate. Even if you block, I could just take it, and that's going to be fine. So you can't go backwards. You have to approach the rook, is what I'm saying. So you go king d7. Sure. What's wrong with that? Now I give check again, and the king still lands on e8. But what's the difference in this position compared to the last position? And this is the really brilliant move. So if you want to take a second, think about it. If you find it, let me know in the comments. It's great to see all the people who are finding these amazing moves. So in this position, the killer move is rook to a7. That's a bang move. Look at that. So, what is this about? Well, first of all, I should say that I'm threatening mate, so you have to kind of take that. I'm also threatening your queen, in case that's not clear. So, if black takes it and goes, okay, show me what the issue is. Now, white checks the king. The king is forced to one of these squares. It does not matter where. I check you again, and you are going to lose. And this is not stalemate because I have two squares I can go to. Okay, so then let's say black sees this, right? Black's like, oh, okay, if I take that rook, I will lose. But I'm also threatening mate here. So maybe they say, okay, fine, I'll just go queen to e5 and say, well, now you can't mate me. Well, here's the amazing move, another amazing move. You go, I'm going to mate you anyway. And they're like, this person made a mistake, it's not mate. And they take on h8. It's the same exact idea. Rook a8 check, skewer on the king and queen. The king has to move, and you take the queen in the corner. So no matter which way you go, the queen is being lost. Crazy, right? Look at how complex this position is with all these little nuances. But that's it. Let me show it one more time. Rook h6 check. The king approaches. Rook f7 check. The king goes up. The superstar move. Rook a7. And if you take, it's going to be the same result as if you try to block the mate after the king moves. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. But that's it for this video. I really enjoyed that puzzle, and hopefully you did as well. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. I put new videos out all the time, and I really appreciate all the feedback that I'm getting. My whole goal is to spread the amazing game of chess and help charity, so every subscriber really helps me out a lot. Thanks so much. Bye.